Hello there, my name is Jimmy Reynolds. I'm a sports physiotherapist here at Alpha Physiotherapy, and today we're going to be talking about knee braces whilst we're skiing. So having had many years of experience working with skiers and snowboarders, one of the most common questions we get asked is, should I wear a knee brace? There can be a number of different reasons as to why people want to wear a knee brace, whether that's because they've had a previous injury to the knee, they've had a previous ACL reconstruction or injury or surgery, or just want that increased support and stability whilst they're skiing. There's a number of different reasons why we might choose to wear a brace. But today what I want to do is have a good talk through our various types of knee braces. So in particular, we've got the Donjoy Armour and we've got the Donjoy Full Force. Now, as I said, there's lots of different choices when making a decision as to wear a ski brace. But from my perspective, one of the most common things that we might want to look at is the underlying reason as to why we'd want to wear a ski brace. Now, there's an inherent risk while skiing, which we all know due to the nature of the extreme sport that it is, that there's an increased chance of having a knee injury, and we may want to mitigate that by using a brace. So what are the inherent risks? Well, when skiing, because we are attached to the ski, or when snowboarding to the actual board, sometimes we can be forced into a position whereby the knee has to take an excessive amount of pressure. And one of the most common injuries that we get is an ACL injury. And this is an anterior cruciate ligament injury. Now this occurs when there's often an excessive amount of translation, so the femur and the tibia shift apart from each other, and there's often a huge element of rotation that occurs, and this leads to a rupture of that ligament. Now in particular, the Donjoy braces have a very effective 4-point leverage system, whereby we have a thigh strap, a tibia strap, and we have supportive strapping around the knee that helps to reduce this anterior tibial translation. So it's an effective supporting device to help prevent that translation. Another way of injuring that ACL is often with a hyperextension, and these braces have a fantastic hinge on them called a force point hinge, which means that as you go into extension there is a huge amount of resistance at that point. So both of these braces can be very effective at reducing both that load onto the anterior cruciate ligament, but also at preventing that knee hyperextension. And research has shown that because of the braces, it increases the stability of the knee, reducing the likelihood of an injury by 50%. It allows you to overcome that fear of an injury or a re-injury in the knee, and it allows you to ski with absolute confidence. The thing that I most like about these braces is that with that limit of hyperextension and the 4-point leverage, you also have very little rotation within these braces. Now the two braces that I've got here, which is the Armour and the Full Force, they're slightly different but very similar. They both have this force point hinge, so limiting that knee hyperextension, and the 4 points of leverage. The Armour is the most recommended for skiing because it is quite literally solid as a rock. There's very little rotation that can occur whilst you're skiing. There's a huge amount of flexibility when we go into a flex position and into extension until we hit that end point. But ultimately, when we're going down the slopes, we're going to have very little uncontrolled rotation, so an incredibly supportive device. The Full Force is very similar. However, it just gives you a little bit more rotation, so it can be a little bit more comfortable. If you're a little bit more confident with your knee strength and your stability and you just want a little bit of support, this can definitely be a fantastic option for you whilst you're skiing as well. We do have another option, which is the custom-made Defiance, which is this multicolored one here, which is a lightweight version of the Armour, custom-made carbon fibre, exceptionally light, waterproof, and a fantastic top range knee brace for the highest levels of skiers. So if you're heading off skiing this winter period and you'd like a little bit more support around your knee, you're worried of a potential knee injury, or you've had some previous knee issues and you'd like to have as much support as possible, and to really overall reduce the likelihood of having a problem, I would certainly recommend either of these braces. The best thing to do if you're interested is to contact us and we can go through a brace fitting, because for each person it's about getting the right brace for you and at the right time. So if you're heading off skiing this winter period and you want to ski with the utmost confidence, you want to be able to ski down the slopes without having to worry about what's going on with your knees, these are a fantastic option, and I'd certainly recommend coming in, having a fitting session, really understand what the right brace is for you, and then from there, go ahead and ski with confidence.